Good morning. Here we are down at Mayhem, Essex, at Abridge. I'm Rob Hollington. We've got a competition today, 32 guns. Some of these guns, old as me, Niall. No, they can't be that old. We're going to have a competition to what they are. Sometimes you have to mention the model number as well. Some of them will need the model numbers. First prize is an early bird ticket to our big game, includes a box of paint on the big game on the end of August this year. It's going to be a brilliant big game, camping for 3 days. Festival atmosphere, bar, the works. If you don't want that, you can go for 1,000 package, valued any day you want to do them. Let's move on to the guns. Good stuff. We're going to start off with gun number 1, classic. First gun I ever started with. Lovely gun, as long as everybody else had exactly the same. Gas in the end here, 12 gram. Goes in there, tightens down. Could you pass over that tube, please? Lovely job. Tube of 10 shots, goes in the end. Oops, top barrel. You could cheat and have 15 in there by pulling it out a bit, if you were a heavy paint user, like I was. Good gun as long as everybody else had the same gun. Moving on, another early sight gun, interesting gun this one. It's got an air reservoir in the bottom here. You would plug it in and it would then do you 40 shots. This is a 62 caliber, not a 68. So at that time 62 caliber was a commonly used caliber. Interesting gun. Right guys, now we move on to number 3. Early gun, 12 gram in the handle here. You took the side piece off of the handle, unscrewed this, put your 12 gram in, screwed it back up, and your paint went in either the one end or the other. I can't remember now, to be honest. It went in one end. Unfortunate thing on this, when you were cocking it and firing, you tended to blow your thumb off. After 4 times, you probably didn't do that again because that hurt like hell. Put that down. Number 4, one of the very classics. Make a fortune on eBay. I don't know why, but they are one of the classics. 12 gram went in the front here, and your paint went in the back here. It would take 20. You can see them here. Cock it, safety, fire it. Good till you ran out of paint. When you ran out of paint, you need to be a long way away from everybody else because it takes a long time to reload. Looks the same as the last one, number 5, slightly different. If you see what the differences are, it's a different model, so it'll have a different model number. If you know that, you're doing very well. Number 6. This really is harking back to number 3, where you would put the gas in the handle there. That's been replaced on this, and it's now got a donkey on the top here for constant air. Longer barrel, so a derivative of the earlier gun, but upgraded. We ran on this type of gun on site for quite a long time. They were a pretty good gun to use, actually. Number 7. Well-known manufacturer. If I turned it around, you could read what it said, but I'm not going to. It's one of their early ones. A little bit tricksy, but popular in the early days. An early semi-auto. So we're just coming on to the semi-autos now. Righty-ho, moving on to number 8. Number 8 is similar to a couple of early ones. It's the same gun, really, with a couple of modifications. The first one, someone's put this handle on the side here, and also they've got a hole in the top of the grip here, so you can undo your 12 gram and chuck it out the top. This one again has been converted to constant air, which was why these guns stuck around for a long time. They were very easy to upgrade from 12 gram to constant air. Now we come to number 9. When I started playing paintball, we were using pistols. And I was playing for Bart Stud Squad. Lovely guy, Bart. In the summer of whatever year it was, a long time ago, we were invited to go and play in the States in a big competition. I couldn't go because it was harvest time. But the rest of them went and they got their backsides smacked badly. They were using pistols, everybody else was using this or a similar type of gun. When they came back, they brought these with them and they were going about twice the velocity of a Splatmaster and their fire rate was about twice as high. So they were a very, if you had a pistol, these were the things to have to wipe them out. Guess what gun it is? Number 10, well-known company, and to some of those earlier guns. Constant air, a good gun, a good gun. The only fault with these we used to find was, if you just undid this a little bit, which is probably a bit seized up now. It is seized up. The barrels, when you were playing, the barrel would fall out on the floor and you'd be barrelless. And it would normally be out of reach of wherever you were, so you couldn't get it back, which was pretty damn embarrassing. Put it back down. Gun number 11. This is an interesting gun. It's a terrible gun. At the time, there were 4 different paintball magazines, and this was advertised heavily in them. We bought it for our shop because it was such a bad gun, people kept coming in and saying, what about the... And we would say, there you are, give it a try. They would take it, it's a complete light bit of plastic, you pull this forward, and the paint would go in the top here. When you were using it, the paint would roll back as the magazine's deep at this end. The paint would roll back here, and so nothing would be loading into the breech, which is right up the front here. Also, it had a grip safety here, but the grip safety broke instantly. In fact, the gun seized up instantly, and we had to take it completely apart and remodel it to get it to work. If you know what gun that is, you're as old as I am. Gun number 12. Interesting gun. It is a double action pistol, so you pull the trigger and it fires. The only trouble is, as you pull the trigger, the barrel waggles about, so it's not as accurate as its predecessor, but it was an interesting gun. Another one from a similar family, supposedly a better version of its original gun, but it came too late. Missed the boat, everybody had moved on, never took off. Okay, number 14. This is a real classic. 62 caliber, magazine, came in plastic clips. Semi-auto. I think they might have been auto in the States, but they were semi-auto over here anyway. When you fired the clips, they would pop out there, so you had to pick the clips up, one thing. But also, when this was empty, you had problems. Definitely had problems. Because by then, everybody else had 200 shot hoppers. And just having 19 balls, 20 balls, whatever in here, wasn't going to hack it. But a classic good gun. Number 15. One of my own personal guns. Nice. This gun here, English-made gun, it was a really nice gun. It was a lovely gun, and plenty of good times with that gun. Plenty of good times. Number 16. 2 different companies made this gun, so you need to give both names of both companies. Interesting feature on it, semi-auto obviously, weighs a ton, worked well though. You can have the cocking lever, which has a safety built into it. You can unscrew that, put it in the other side. Quite good, so if you're left or right-handed, you know, it's a simple feature, but good. It did allow muck and filth to go in both sides, which could be a problem, but it was heavily sprung, so you could chuck that in the mud, pull it out, it would probably still work. Number 17. Trying to cover the name up there. This is an interesting gun. I played for the Tigers, and they had this gun as a sponsored gun. It wasn't the best of guns, to be honest, and I think that cost us plenty of problems. But it was hard to keep it running, that was the problem, hard to keep it running. I'll put it down without you seeing the name. Now, this is probably going to be one of the hardest guns here. If you can work out what gun this is, just drop the pin out of it. If you can work out what gun this is, I'll turn it around both ways so you get a little look. Interesting, this gun, it's a blow forward. Interesting gun. I'll be interested to see how many people can name that one. Number 19. Classic gun from a classic company, probably not one of their most populars, to be honest. For whatever reason, it didn't really take off hugely. Had some good features. This one's a bit seized up, but it has some good features. Right guys, we're moving on to number 21. Another favourite of mine. This is my own gun that I used for quite a long time. Very armchair of a hand, nice. It's a upgraded gun by a well-known company. So the original gun was upgraded from new, and this is how we got one. It was a good gun. This particular gun, model range of guns, this is a level 7. They didn't really get any good till they got to about a level 7. And a well-known person spent a lot of time and effort getting these guns to actually work. But when they did get up to a level 7, they were a world beater. They were a really good gun. Number 22, a gun that didn't quite make it. Came from a good family, but unfortunately had some problems, never really got off. You won't really see any of these, I don't think. If you can find one, I'll be amazed. Anodizing though was absolutely beautiful. This splash anodizing was absolutely top class, and you don't even see it today. It was very good. Had an interesting feature. This brass piece here, instead of a detent, it's a sort of a cone type restrictor. So that in actual fact held the ball in, and then after that the barrel size was a normal barrel size and it would pop them out. So clever idea. An old sight gun. We ran on these for a long time. Seized up, unfortunately. We must do a bit of work on these guns. They were a good gun, but they had some faults on them. Quite a few faults, really, and the maintenance level on them was high. Mainly due to they had a rod that connected the hammer up with the bolt, and that used to fail, really. That was its main problem. We're moving on to gun 24. Very interesting gun. Another gun that didn't take off, but the potential was good on it. It had some interesting features. The front was actually the pods, so that was your pots. And when you put it into the gun, just showing on there, as you slid it into the gun, it pulled open the hole at the bottom and allowed the paint to slide down into the magazine. The magazine's a chain-fed, lifting up magazine to the gun. Unfortunately, the parts this gun was made of weren't good enough, and the little chain ratchet in there used to fail. But the system wasn't a bad system. What they did do was they did a computer-generated picture of a front grip that was bigger and had a paintball lid on the top, so you could pour in 200 shots. But we took loads of orders on them, but they never actually made the bit. So we had to refund the money, and we were very embarrassed, and we've never done that again. So, interesting. Number 25, guys. This is a derivative of the sight gun, so it's the upgrade of the sight gun. The sight gun it comes from, and this, is a very fuel efficient gun. It's probably of the sight guns most fuel efficient. Very easy to maintain. Cock it, pull the pin out the top, bolt out of there. You can put a squeegee straight through and out the other end. You can't beat that. Very easy to maintain. Put it back together again. This particular one, you're going to have to give us the model of, not just the name, because cunningly the name's written on the side. So you need the model of that. 26. A little bit of a joker in the pack, really. You'll all recognise the gun. This is made, I think, from new as a paintball gun in the same factory as they're making the bullet firing version. Moving on now to number 27. These were really good guns. This, when I was playing all the time, this was my favourite gun, really. It was a really good gun. I really like this gun. Nice. 28. The feed's off of it at the moment. This is because it is, you could have probably an electronic feeder on the side. Interesting gun. Would be if I could work it. That's it. That folds down, that folds up. It's quite a buildable gun. You can muck about with the bits on it, you can add bits to it. 29. Another well-known manufacturer. From their range, they do a very similar looking range, so you've got to get the right model. 30, well-known manufacturer. The name's on my side, so I'm not going to turn it around. Get the model of that one. Glass top built in. Very common on ordinary fields these days, and also for field upgrades. Very common gun for that. Number 31. I'm going to keep my hands on the top because the name's on the top. Well-known company. It's a derivative of one of their previous guns, so the internals are one of their previous guns, but it's got this rear hopper on the back. It lifts the paint up along the top here and feeds it in. If you run low on paint, the paint is still maintained in the top here. It only stops firing paint from in here, so that if you refilled it, you wouldn't have loads of empty shots you're waiting for coming through here. They would be already there. Said it holds 200, but you do incredibly well to get 200 in there. But interesting gun, good gun, and gets rid of those hopper shots that you get if you're like me and unlucky on hopper shots. We'll move on. This gun here is probably, at the moment, one of the best guns in the world. It is an incredibly good piece of kit. When I think back to how simple some of the early ones were, and how bulky and how incredibly heavy they were, this is incredibly light. Its air consumption is minimal. It is a cracking good piece of kit. That's it, guys. 32 guns. Tell us what they are.